I missed y'all. Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I missed y'all so much. I just got back from New Orleans yesterday and I am back at it. So today is a BYOP video. I'm gonna be building a palette based on my state of eyeshadow right now. So if that sounds good to you, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with those who feel the same way, definitely consider joining the community. You know I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? Okay, check this out. Trying a new hairpiece. Y'all know because I'm in my ease era and I was like, yes, this is so cute. So this is the longer version of the other Amazon ponytail that I like, and I'll link this. It was like 20 bucks. It's heavy. So I'm trying to play around with it because if it comes off, you know, we know we might need to add some pins, but it's like a drawstring. So I just thought this was so cute. Now, here's the thing. I'm like, ooh, do I really wish my hair was this length? I don't know, because in this heat, so first of all, before I had my locks and all that, I would cut my hair. Like my hair would get really big and I would just cut it. And I was having that feeling and I was like, do you really want to cut your hair? I think I feel like my hair is not in the best shape and I should get it like professionally looked at. But I'm like, do I want to cut it? Like it would be cute. But then I'm like, I don't know, because I just have like a little chipmunk face. So sometimes I don't know how that would look. And then I might be like, I wish I didn't do that. So anyway, I was like, let me just get this little fluffy thing going on and see how I feel. Just give me something different. So anyway, I'll link that. It's on Amazon. All right, let's go ahead and talk. I'm sweating. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and talk about this collab. If you are new to, oh wait a minute, first of all, no. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat, whichever you prefer. I can't call it, as the old folks would say. I have nothing to complain about. It's summertime, it's hot, but I'm here. So I'm blessed, I'm great. Now, this collab, if it's your first time here, is a series that my friend Kelly and I over at Keep Beauty Real, Kelly, we started this series over 2 years ago because we were not using our eyeshadow singles. She's kind of the one, in a way, that got me into singles a little bit. Yeah. Started with Sydney Grace. And yeah, we've been friends, I guess, going on 4 years. It's been a while, but we came up with this idea to come up with these monthly palettes based on a theme so that we can use our singles because they deserve to be more than swatched. And it gets hard to keep the ideas fresh. You know, after 2 years, like at first we were doing things like if it was St. Patrick's Day or March, we were doing green, and you know, Valentine's Day, we were doing that, summertime, summer palettes. And after that, it gets kind of old. So we've been taking ideas from some of you. So if you have ideas, please shoot them to us because we're out of ideas. This, I don't know who came up with this idea, but I have no idea. So Kelly usually comes up with them. She'll be like, oh, such and such came up with this. It's not me, it's her. And whoever is telling her, it is not me. Y'all know. But she shot the idea to me about doing a mid-year check-in and creating a palette based on where you are with eyeshadow right now. I sent her a Marco Polo today, like, I almost wanted to just open up like an empty palette and have nothing in it because I feel like lately, my relationship with eyeshadow has really changed. But I was like, no, I do still wear eyeshadow, but it's not like what I was doing when I started my channel in 2020. And I'm not having a hard time with that evolution. I think I'm more so having a hard time with where that fits in this channel because that's what I was really doing and that's what I was really into. And now I have all this eyeshadow here and I'm like today, the Longing palette came out from Blends and I didn't purchase it. I want it, but I'm like, is this gonna end up, not in the palette graveyard, but like, am I wearing it? I think it's beautiful. I think it's so lovely, but I'm just thinking, am I wearing it? You know, that's where I'm at right now. So I think this is a great idea. And the palette that I picked out, I feel like truly reflects where I am with eyeshadow right now. This series is an open collab, so if you're on YouTube or Instagram and you want to build palettes with us, please do so. And just let us know if you do a video. We'll put it in the description box. I just added. Or if you send me your palette on Instagram, I always put them in my stories. So definitely send them to Kelly and I so we can see them. I love seeing palettes that people create. So with that being said, let me show you my palette. I'm also real fast. I know this is a lot, but I need to, I'm sweaty and shiny. I'm trying out a new powder actually. So let me just show that to you. And this just came up in my email and I just had to try it. I'm like, ooh, a lavender powder. And this is from Nars. And it's just translucent. Like, there's no, like.
You look dusty.
I got caught up in the color. But it's translucent and I like it. I'm just trying it out for the first time right now. And I think if you have a warmer skin tone, because I'm pretty neutral, I don't know how this is gonna look on a warmer skin tone. I wanted this because I have a lavender powder from Hourglass that I absolutely love. It's called Moonlight. And I was like, ooh, I gotta try this one. Like, I just have to because lately I've just been into powders. But yeah, it's got a little peach in it as well. And I think it's fine. But that's how I feel about most makeup now. It's like, oh, it's fine. And that kind of sucks. The other things that I have on my face is let you know this stuff before I get going here with the palette. I'm wearing one of my favorite combinations. It is the Hourglass pencil in Uncover and the Peony matte lipstick. I love that. And I'm wearing Sandy Cheeks from Melt Cosmetics. I thought I brought that over here, but I didn't. Cream blush, like, I gotta do a video on like makeup oldie but goodie. I gotta do that really soon because that's gonna be in the video. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna show you my palette. And here it is. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I think this palette really reflects where I am with my love of eyeshadow right now. And for those who wanna participate, it's just 10 shades based on whatever theme we choose. So these are my 10. And I'm gonna tell you why I chose these shades and swatch them. Okay. And I didn't choose these shades in any particular order. This one is from Cleona and it is the shade Caribou. Oh, that's so pretty. Are you my friend? Yes, you are. Beautiful. Oh, I was supposed to tell you why I chose the shade. Hold on. I chose this shade because a lot of times I'm just wearing bronzer in my crease or whatever, all over the lid. And sometimes if I put on a shimmer, it's something very, I don't want to say regular, but it's not like a whole lot of like duochromes and things like that. It's just something very, what's the word I want to, it's not muted, but it's just a beautiful shimmer. It doesn't have anything super spectacular about it, but that's kind of what I really like about it. A lot of the shimmers now that I see, even though I think they're beautiful, they're all starting to look the same to me. They're all running the same. The flips look the same and everything like that. And so sometimes just a nice shimmer is really, really all you need. And I do think that the ones from Cleona are very underrated. I'm so excited. Now, I am excited about the palettes that they're coming out with. I haven't decided if I'm getting all three or am I going to get the two original ones, but I'm very excited about those. I don't always need those shifty shades. That's why I chose Caribou. Okay, this shade is from Lethal Cosmetics and it's the shade Recluse, or Recluse, however you choose to emphasize that. This is a beautiful kind of mustardy color. It's a really nice transition shade. And I chose this shade because I have always loved the grungy greens. I've always loved the pukey shades. And lately I have really fallen in love with the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I'm not sure if this one's as pukey as the shade that's in there that I really like. There's, I think, a couple of them, but I love shades like this. And that is something that hasn't changed. I've loved shades like this since the beginning. So I wanted to choose Recluse to go in this palette. Next, we have one of my favorite shades from Sydney Grace. This is the shade Mom Ride. This is just your trusty brown. I am certain that you can diffuse this out to be a transition, but that's not what I would use this for. I would use this for a smoke shade. I think it leans, you know, a bit warm, and it's just the perfect brown to smoke out the eyes. My Sydney Grace singles are also very trusty. I think these singles are going on 3 years. I mean, and that swatch with just the ease, and y'all know that's what I'm about right now. So that's Mom Ride. This next shade is from Lethal Cosmetics, and this is the shade Habitat. And Habitat is a really, like, I think a cooler green matte. I mentioned about loving the grungy greens. I like green just in general. I love earthy tones, earthy colors. That has not changed. So I wanted to include Habitat. I want to say Habitat is in one of their palettes, maybe the Evergreen palette, but I might be lying. But I love this. I love this shade a lot. And next from Sydney Grace, and you'll notice lots of my mattes are from Sydney Grace because I love them. This is Toffee. This is like, this one and Peanut Butter. I didn't see Peanut Butter in my palette, my empty palette, because it might be somewhere else. But these two are like my go-to transition shades. And this one I think leans a little more warm than cool, or maybe just truly neutral. I'm not sure. But I had to include Toffee because if all else fails, Toffee's just going all over the lid. And sometimes what I notice is like, I just sometimes want to have, like, once I have my eyeshadow on, I mean, not my eyeshadow, but once I have my complexion makeup on, I feel like my eyes look weird without something. And so Toffee just gives a little bit of contour, and I love that shade as a transition shade, or even just a shade that I just put to have something on my eyes. Maybe something a little bit deeper than Toffee though. Maybe Peanut Butter, I'm not sure. Because like I said, I've been using bronzer. Toffee might be a bit light, but usually it'll do what I need it to do. So that's Toffee. Now I haven't given up my love of duochromes. It's just the ones that I choose. This one is Iron Gate, and it's by Cleona. It's one of their stained glass shadows, and these are still very precious to me in my collection. This is one of the newer ones that I've gotten, and I think I got this maybe in the earlier part of 2023 or maybe 2022, the latter part of 2022. I'm not sure. So I'm not buying singles this year, but I really like Iron Gate. Yeah, this is so beautiful. I love it. It's like kind of just blue over here, and then, you know, it flips gold. I love this. This is gorgeous. I thought about Patina, and I love Patina. Patina is one of my favorite Cleona shades, but Patina is a little bold for me right now. So I thought Iron Gate was giving me where I am in my eyeshadow life. Another thing that hasn't changed is I love gray based duochromes, and this is the shade Exoplanet from Terra Moons. Gray based duochromes I think are some of the best and really unique, although you don't need a whole lot of them. It gets really... Hello?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Just a quick thing.
Are you on the phone with someone?
Yeah.
Who are you on the phone with? Okay, what's up?
Can I go to your school?
No. By yourself? What?
I don't understand about this one.
No, and it's about to rain. But as I was saying, the gray-based duochromes, you don't need a lot. And I feel like once I had a decent amount from Terra Moons, like I had, was it Helix Nebula, Veil Nebula, Exoplanet, there's different ones. They started looking similar, and the differences and the flips were just so subtle that it didn't matter to me. So, I mean, it's fun to swatch them and like be analytical if that's what you like to do. But I think that I don't like to do that. And the reason that I say that is because when you put them on the eyes, it doesn't matter. Like they all look the same. So I did want to include a gray based duochrome because I still really truly love them. I may not wear them as much, but I do truly love them in my collection. So that's Exoplanet, and I love it. It has this like green to this lavender shift, and I think that's really beautiful. The next shade I chose was Tippy Taupe. This is from Cleona, and I chose it because I really started to get into cool tones more recently. I would say last year. I love this shade, and I think that, you know, when you're doing browns and you have like a brown palette like the one I'm kind of creating here, because this is pretty much based on browns, I wanted to have some warm browns and some cooler ones. I still lean more towards the warmer ones, I would say, or the truly neutral ones, but I have come to really, really love taupe a lot. And I didn't think I looked good in cool tones, but you know, when I do the looks, I'm like, I really love them. So Tippy Taupe had to make the cut for this palette, and there she is. We have 2 more shades left, and another thing that hasn't changed as far as my eyeshadow love is I love fiery duochromes. Just the ones that I always say they have that fire. Like, they may look plain, they may look basic, but when you swatch them, there's a light, there's a fire in these duochromes that's really unique. And my favorite one of all time is Red Giant. And Red Giant, every time I think about this, it makes me happy. From Terra Moons, it's got some, I don't know, debris or staining on here from other shadows, but I'm gonna just get some tape and take that off. This is what I consider an iridescent, fiery duochrome, and it's probably my favorite one. I'm sure there are tons of imitations at this point, but I don't care. Red Giant is the OG for me. It's very special, and it's the first one I had like this, so it always will be something that I love. This is going to be beautiful in the inner corner. I've done it there. I have done it you know, all over the eye as the main shimmer. You can use it as a topper. It's pretty versatile. Damn, that just made me realize that I didn't include one of the shades. I was looking at Vermilion, if you're familiar with that shade, from Cleona, and also Tucana from Divina, because those are pink to gold shifts, and I love those too. But I mean, I couldn't include everything. I have 1 shade left, and that shade is Back to School. And this is from Sydney Grace. There's a couple I could have put in here, because the more and more I started to purchase the Sydney Grace monthly bundles, the more I realized that a lot of the shadows were very, very similar. But some of the older ones I had may or may not have been discontinued. I never went to check. But I was also thinking, there's one called like Chocolate Raspberry Fudge that reminds me of this, like this brown that's got this hint of a red in it in a way. And I like this. This could go with the taupe shade. It could go with the toffee shade. It could go with the toffee, what's the other one? The Mom Ride shade. So I wanted to include this one as well. I had Chocolate Raspberry Fudge. Might be a little bit different, but this is the one that spoke to me. So I'm gonna stand beside it. And here is my palette. And I think this palette is a really true reflection of where I am with my eyeshadow and what I prefer. I've been wearing a lot of brown. I really still love the earthy tones, and I still love my fiery duochromes. I still love my gray based duochromes. I love just a beautiful metallic, and oftentimes I'm not wearing any of that. I'm just wearing bronzer. So that's where I am. It makes it so hard sometimes because lately I just haven't been, when I see palettes, like, it's not that I'm not excited by them, but I know I'm not going to put all the work in to really do the palettes justice and use all the shades. And so I feel like in my collection, I just have so many of them, so many. And oftentimes my eyeshadow looks are not intricate. So I'm using 2 shades, it's 1 shade, you know, or I may do kind of like a halo eye where I'm just using probably 3 shades, like a transition and then a smoke shade, just a little bit, just a taste. And then I will literally take the shimmer and just tap it in the center, a little haphazardly, you know, but it's not what I was doing before. So there's just been this whole evolution here that I really like. I don't know, lately I feel as though, I mean, I've always been pretty much a natural girl as far as like everything, you know, like you see, I don't really wear earrings a lot because I don't like how they feel, especially if they dangle. You know, I pretty much wear my hair a certain way. So like me trying these little hair pieces and stuff, that's something really new for me. So when it comes to makeup, like I was very basic, you know, until I got into this makeup life and saw what everybody was doing. But when it comes to like what is my go-to and how I really am, it's pretty basic. So I think I'm gonna do one look on each eye because I would love to do a brown look and a green look. So yeah, let's just do one on each eye. I'm gonna get some eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna wash off these swatches. Please let me know what you think about this color story. I really like it a lot. When I think about what I was talking about with the Natasha Denona Yucca palette, I'm picking that one because it's a palette I've been really loving lately. I love the shimmers in that, but it is kind of missing that little extra. The shimmers are great. Like that was a great formula of those shimmers. But it misses, like, you know, that I might want that duochrome sometimes, but I don't always want it. So I really like this palette because it's giving me the yucca vibes, it's giving me the neutral vibes, but it still gives me the option to have a little something extra, or I can just go ahead and be playing with it. So I'll be right back and we'll get into the two looks. All right, y'all, I'm back. I used this primer called Thank Me Later. I don't even know what brand it was from. It was from like a BoxyCharm. I don't even know what brand that was. But that's what I use. But real fast, I wanted to show you the Sandy Cheeks in case you don't remember. Sandy Cheeks from Melt. This is just, it's the bee's knees. You just take it and just go like that. You see it right there? And it's just so good to use with your fingers. And I don't have on foundation, so it's really good on bare skin, which I love that. I do have on concealer though. And then the Mood Light, I wanted to show you that. This is the Mood Light powder from Hourglass, and this is the one that I got from Nars. So they're two different purple shades, but like I'm into that. All right, let's get into this look. I'm excited. Oh, I'm so glad to be filming again. I really do need to clean my brushes very badly, so that might be on the list for tomorrow. All right, the first look is going to be my brown look, and what a predicament. So there's so many great choices here, but I think I'm going to go into the Tippy Taupe shade. I'm using this Dose of Colors fluffy brush, and yeah, I think that's the one I want to start with. So yeah, what I've been doing is like taking one shade for the transition, starting with the outer corner, and then putting it on the inner corner as well. And then I'm gonna probably use a deeper shade, like the Back to School shade on the outer corner after I do my shimmer. And this is a look where I could also take the toffee shade here, and if I wanted to go up a little higher, I could do that just to kind of fill in that blank space. And see that? It's just real subtle. It's not a big thing, but I see it. And I notice stuff like that when I do my eyeshadow. So I love doing that and just having, it gives us just a little warmth right there. Yes, which I love. Okay, very good. I'm done with that. So I'm done with that. And like for the shimmer, I think I'm gonna just go ahead with Caribou. I really want to use this one. So I'm gonna just tap that here on the middle. And that's just so easy. Just really pretty. And I used to really like to bring my shimmers all the way to the inner corner. I used to do that. I still do that sometimes, but it's something for me about having the shimmer blend in to whatever matte I'm using. I just like the way that looks better on me personally. So yeah, yes, it's all brown. Now we're gonna go into the Back to School which is this one here with the fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna stamp it here in the outer corner. See that? A little smoky, a little smoky. And I'd like to try to still bring these outer corner shades up. So, because I was looking at a picture of me the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I did this like green look. I don't know what palette that was. I feel like it was something from Unearthly. And I had this like almost like this cat eye. And I thought I had on lashes, but I didn't. So I gotta figure out what I did for that. But like, I love this. This is great, great. So I'm already done with that. For the under eye, I'm just gonna, let's use Toffee for the front part. This is a rougher 26. And I like having, I don't wanna go like super bold with it, you know? It's just, cause sometimes like, it's raccoony, you know what I mean? Like, for me, if I come down too low, it's a little raccoony. I'm really not trying to give that vibe, like the raccoon vibe. Going back in the tippy taupe for the outer corner. And usually I would pick the same shade that I did for the outer corner for the under eye, but I don't even feel like that's necessary. It's not necessary. Like, that's it. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Fiery Duochrome. And that's where sometimes I'll find that, get that extra pop or something special. So let's take Red Giant. I'm gonna use the same brush that I did for the under eye. I love this brush, it's like one of my favorite brushes. And what I love about it is like, it's not gonna be something everybody notices all the time, but like I notice it, like I like it. I like that iridescent fire. And it's so crazy because, I'm just gonna bring it up actually, do a little something extra. Yeah, look. Fire. So yeah, that's the first look. I love that. I love that. And the crazy thing is like, I'll be, you know, filming before I went to work or whatever. And especially this year, I've noticed my students, I've told y'all this before. And here's the thing. I think everybody should wear exactly what they want to wear. My eyeshadow evolution has not had anything to do with a trend. It's not had to do with anything. It's just an evolution of me. But these are the looks where somebody would be like, oh, your makeup looks really nice. And then the times where I would wear the colorful looks where I was really like, I feel like really putting in effort, nobody would say anything. And I don't wear makeup for compliments. It's just something I've noticed. But I also notice what I like, and I love this. And a lot of times I'm not even smoking anything out to this extent. But this is pretty. Almost feel like this is too much for me right now, but it's pretty. I like it. I just love it. I think brown just looks so good on everyone. And you know, one of the things I like doing, if this was too much, I would take the toffee shade and use that to kind of mute this a little bit and make it like more ethereal. If I felt like it was too much, like I was feeling like it was too much, this right here, this is where I'm at. And I love it. And if I wasn't talking, it would have taken me way less time to do that. So let me know what you think about look number 1. And I always worry, like, are people gonna think, and I mean, I don't think you should worry about it, but I always worry, like, are people gonna think this is boring or like, oh, she's not doing the same thing? But like, this is just where I am. And I like where I am. So we're gonna get into look number 2, which is gonna be kind of that green, more earthy look. And I'm gonna start with Recluse. I'm gonna use the Dose of Colors brush again. And I think what I wanna do is actually start it on the inner part of the lid. So let's see how that's gonna show up. I think Lethal has a couple shades that are like this. And I think I have like several of them because I've made my own palettes with Lethal. Because I have a palette that has a shade like this in it, but I can't remember which one. I'm just gonna take it up. Get up. Yeah, and just bring it over and out. And then I wanna go into Habitat, which is this matte green, using the same brush in the outer corner here. And Lethal has some really, really nice mattes. Really nice mattes. A little powdery, but they blend so nicely. But yeah, this is like that Natasha Denona Yucca vibe that I have been going for lately. I really like it. I want to do Iron Gate for my shimmer for this one. I think this is really pretty, and I'm sad because I'm not going to be using the gray base duochrome. I might put the gray base one on the other eye just so we can see it because it's so pretty on. And it's like I don't even feel the need to like spray them. I mean, you could spray it to get some more pop, but like I'm okay with how this looks. You can build it up a little bit. Really beautiful. It's just a really nice shade. Let me take Exoplanet. I just want to take this actually. Let's put it here. I don't know if it's really doing much. I just wanted to use it. It's such a nice shade. And that's what I mean. Like sometimes if you don't put it over the whole span of your eye, oh, you are getting the shift. But sometimes you don't. It just depends on how you use it. But like Exoplanet is really nice, really beautiful. So yeah. That's the second look pretty much. And I'm going to go into the under eye with that pencil brush from Refer.
Have you not seen me?
I didn't see you.
Yes, I'm undercover.
Are you getting a shower?
Oh, God.
I love. Oh. Going to take Habitat here. Would be nice for you to get a shower though. August definitely was like, I don't like that ponytail. And I was like, and let's take, what's the other one I'm using? Mom Ride. We're going to take Mom Ride here from Sydney Grace. A little deeper here. And I really only left myself with one shade for the inner corner Hoyloint. So we're going into Red Giant for that as well. And I love that too. Yes, very good. So we have look number 1, which I think is probably my favorite. And look number 2. I will be back. I'm going to put on my liner and mascara. And then I'm going to let you know what we're going to be doing for next month. All right, I'm back with the finished looks. That's look number 1, and then look number 2. And to finish off the looks, I used the Slick Waterline Eye Pencil by Melt in the shade Rich Brown. This is probably my absolute favorite liner. Let me just show you swatch. Like they really stay in the waterline. I got these for $5 when they had a sale, and I hope they come out with more colors. I keep saying that, but Mel's doing some other stuff right now. And then for mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Panorama mascara in the shade Brown Black. Yes, for Brown Black mascara. I'm here for the Brown Black. I like black, but I think I love Brown Black. I don't know what it is, but I do like this mascara. So yeah, a lot of changes for me that are happening, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of coming into myself. I really like both of these looks. If I had to choose, I probably like this one the best because I really liked kind of the warm and coolness of the look. I even like when I added the gray base duochrome with it. I think that looks really great. I love this look too though because I love earthy grungy greens, but they're both earthy looks and I'm happy with them both. So let me tell you what we are doing next month. I'm really excited because Kelly and I both love fragrance, and you know I have my Frizz Fragrance channel, but this will be a little culmination because for July we are going to be creating a palette based off of a summer fragrance we love. So I do have some ideas already, and I'm really excited to kind of merge my two loves. So if you want to get in on that one, yeah, that's going to be the theme for next month. Picking out a summer fragrance, coming up with 10 shades that we feel embody that, and I already know what I'm going to do. So really excited about that one. Let me know what you think about these two looks. I'm always excited to do these videos with Kelly, and if there are any other collaborators in this this one for June, I will link their videos in the description box. And if anybody sends me videos on Instagram, you know I'm gonna put those in my stories. I'm so happy to be back. It took me all day to film. Also, I just wanted to mention that I was overdue for my mammogram, but I did go get it today. So I just wanted to put it out there. You know, it's crazy because being a teacher, let me just go on a little tangent for a second. It is really tough for me to make phone calls and appointments. And even to this day, my mom has to help me make appointments because during my lunch break, which is 30 minutes, which ends up being 25 based on like when I drop the kids off by the time I get upstairs, and then I have to set up for whatever I'm doing after lunch. I might be running around. I might not even eat lunch during my lunchtime, which is also early. It's like 10:55. I made more appointments yesterday myself, I feel like, than I've made in years. And the mammogram was one that was overdue. And I don't want to play around with that because I do have breast cancer that runs in my family. So I was really happy. Like, I didn't have to get a new script. My script was like 12 months old, and she's like, oh no, like they're good for 15 months. So they fit me right in today, and I got that done, and so I feel really good. I set up my physical, set up some stuff for Marky. I don't really take for granted the fact that hopefully this upcoming year with my job change, I will be able to set up more appointments and be a little more on top of things. Oftentimes, once I get out of work and do what I'm doing with the boys, I mean, offices are closed. So I'm really trying to take advantage of the opportunity to schedule appointments over the summer and call and being able to call myself and schedule them, you know. So I just wanted to share that. So if you are overdue and that's something you need to do, just do it because it's so important. So I just wanted to mention that. I'm slightly disappointed that I waited. You know, when I got my appointment last year and my GYN was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and call the script in. I can't believe a year has passed. Like, that's how fast time is flying. So, you know, I don't want to get behind on stuff like that anymore. So that was just my little PSA because it's something that I want to document and make sure that I'm staying on top of myself with. So hopefully that gives a reminder to anyone that's overdue. And that's going to be it. Please make sure you check out Kelly's video and anyone else that I put in the description box. I love seeing palettes that people create. Oftentimes they're better than the ones that, you know, better than the palettes that are coming out. Like, I love to see what's in people's minds. So thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one. I really, truly missed you all so much while I was away. I just don't have it like that where I'm able to pre-film a lot of things, and a lot of stuff I do kind of on the fly, so it just doesn't work out for me. But I hope this was therapy for you. You know it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and you know I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.